Welcome back everyone to Dragon Age. We have made the journey back to camp, and today we're going to have a talking episode. We're going to go around and talk to everybody and see what new things they might have to say, starting with Brantley.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
He wags his tail.
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
It's the thought that counts. He means well. Can't be stinkier than what normally goes in them. I think he thinks you need more meat on your bones. Why doesn't he share his food with me? It's the thought that counts. He means well.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Okay. Yeah, you heard the lady. Oh.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Oh. I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
That was cute.
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
I like these conversations. I was expecting to get deep. I like these better. I can't wait for Shale's. I'm assuming Shale has one. Good. He will fell our enemies with his stench.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
Bathe? Can't you just wave your staff and make him clean? Can't you just not smell him? He's a warhound, not some pampered and powdered lapdog. Go ahead. He is getting a little rank.
Excellent. I will get my soaps, and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
Sorry, Brantley. Oh. Oh. I'm just gonna watch Stin and Brantley.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Oh, I like that. That's so cool. Brantley digs furiously in the ground at your feet. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? Stop that. You're making a mess. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? That's a good boy. Who cares if he's digging? We're out in the wilderness. It's going to take some time, you know. Oh, don't be silly. You'll just mess up the campsite. All right, have fun then. Brantley ignores you and keeps digging. All right, Zevran, what you up to?
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions? Here's the thing. With some of these people, because I haven't talked to them in so long, and I honestly have no concern with using them in the future, I may not go through all the dialogue, but I am going to go through some of it, and I can't remember what all I've done with these people, so it'll be a nice refresher.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Yeah, what does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
So you have to be a murderer? It doesn't take any special kill. You did quite well, no doubt. So you have to be a murderer?
Now, it need not be thought of so crudely. We all do our share of murdering around here, don't we? An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
I can't argue with that. That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Zevran disapproves. I could care less. Sorry, couldn't care less. Silly Americans messing up that phrase. Alistair!
Something on your mind?
I had a dream about the archdemon.
Yes, me too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
I think we need to be extra careful. I think you're probably right. I think it's just your imagination. I think the archdemon needs to die quickly. I think we need to be extra careful.
I thought we were already being extra careful. Does that mean we have to be extra careful now? Great. There I was, enjoying my nap. I guess one thing is certain at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
Yeah, that was already pretty clear there, bucko. We're going to save Shale for last. Sten... He doesn't really like me too much. Liliana,
Yes?
you've been sitting here at the camp. How are you? I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
That's interesting that I have the option to tell her she should go. What would someone like you be doing in Lotharing's chantry? I think we've already talked about this, but let's go ahead.
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem to belong in a cloister, you know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself. Sanctimonious, preachy, like all the other chantry zealots. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Okay. What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
I don't believe you. I really don't. Wynn, how are you, milady?
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
That is pretty terrifying. Seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes. You were too easily perturbed then. You're a great mage. You would never become an abomination. But it is this knowledge that drives you to be cautious. Yeah, we're going to say seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
Yeah. You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity. Their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination. We cannot let them be simply... we cannot let them be simply because they might get better. Why do you care so much about this anyways? I like the first line. If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Okay, cool. Wynn approves. Don't want to talk to them. Ogren.
Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? Don't know why.
What's wrong, Ogren?
Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something?
Is that why your face is all puffy? I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
Are you sure you're fine with what happened with Branka?
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway.
Yeah, yeah, I imagine she wasn't that crazy when she left.
Oh, you don't know her. She was cracked like a glass floor. Before she was a paragon, I mean. After that, she really fell apart. I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that water-tart Hespith. What's she got that I don't? Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and intertwined on the floor of the deep roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
That's awful. Okay, let's keep talking.
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole.
As Jane put it on Firefly, I'll be in my bunk. Something bothering you? Yeah, something bothering you?
Nah, just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something?
Yeah, I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
How do you like the surface?
It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought ale made with grain? Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
Alright, let's keep talking.
What you need?
I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
What does it like to be a warrior in Orzammar? Do you miss Orzammar?
What? Miss Orzammar? Are you mad, in addition to being ugly? They treated me like a puddle fly back there. I'm never going back.
I don't really blame you. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
We'll talk more later.
Aye, all right then.
Alright, let's do one more.
What you need?
Can you teach me to fight like you?
You want to be a berserker? Thought I'd never see the day. You're a monster on the field already, Warden. But your style just doesn't give itself to mad rage. Too much thinking, too much, finesse. But if you know someone fit for this type of work, I'll teach him. It'll be nice to have another berserker to grunt at for a change.
Interesting. Tell me more about berserkers.
What the sod is there to know? You get mad, you fly into battle, and things die. It's pretty simple. The hard part is getting in touch with your rage. We all learn to hold that back. It's why we don't kill every duster who looks at us sideways. You need to shut that off. For some people, being in battle is enough. But others have to think about something. Violence, monsters, nobles, your wife, whatever.
Interesting. Just thinking about it works?
Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Why would you want to fight that way?
Why not? When you fight, you get mad. By the stone, it's a sodding tactic to enrage your enemy so he makes a mistake, right? Berserkers grab that anger and drink it like it's yesterday's ale. Then we turn it against our foes and watch the limbs fly.
And just getting thinking angry thoughts makes it happen. And just getting thinking angry thoughts makes it happen. Yeah, no, that getting should not be there. And just thinking angry thoughts makes it happen.
Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Okay, yeah, you just said that. All right, thank you for the lesson. Goodbye.
Aye, all right then.
Cool. Alright, now let's go talk to Morrigan. And by the way, off camera before this video, I emptied out my inventory some by getting rid of gifts. We got no more gifts. Yay. So people like me better now.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer? I don't know if I've asked that before. Yeah, how did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
That does sound like something you'd do. But it's just a legend, right?
So I assume. My mother has walked the wilds far longer than I. Who am I to suggest what things she has done and not done in her past? Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
No. Do you spend a lot of time as an animal? Actually, no, I want to know, can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
That's an interesting way to think about it. Like, the essence and the things that she needs to learn to become something is all she needs to become it. And so it's not a detail of personality and like little physical traits. It's a matter of their shape and their instincts, almost. That's what matters. That's a really interesting answer for that question. That's interesting. Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Do you ever spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
And what do other animals think of when you're changed? Think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I've never heard of magic like that before. That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
No. I think your abilities sound quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Alright, Morrigan approves. And now let's finish out with my favorite. And probably your favorite, too.
Shale of House Kadash. Is that who I once was? I find this difficult to believe.
I don't blame you, buddy. You're tall for a dwarf.
I am not a dwarf. Or at least, I'm not a dwarf any longer. If I was this Shale of House Kadash, as Caridin said, there must be some evidence of my existence remaining. I must find it.
Okay. Perhaps there are records in Orzammar.
There is another way. What Caridin said, it has allowed me to remember one thing. I believe I know where Kadash Taig is.
It's in that proof right there. We can go there if you like. Yeah, we can go there if you like.
Its offer is appreciated. I will mark the location on its map. If we can journey there soon, I am most curious as to what we will find.
So we've got 2 personal quests that we need to worry about that we will probably do before going to the elves. Because the game is nice in that it does allow you to break up the big chunks of the main quest and separate them by little chunks of little quests like these. So we've got Morrigan's to do where we go kill Flemeth, and we've got Shale's to do to find his origins.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I have decided that it is not much like any of them.
That's super. Thanks, Shale. That could be good or bad.
Good, of course. It doesn't want to have anything in common with all those other filthy substandard human types, does it?
No.
Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
I'm a member of House Idukan. In fact, there's a backhanded compliment in there somewhere. I don't like where you're going with this. You were once a flesh creature yourself. I'm going to say there's a backhanded compliment in there somewhere.
Nonsense. It can imagine my surprise discovering such a thing was possible from a creature so soft. But there it is. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
And we wouldn't want that. Yeah, I'll keep it to myself.
Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
All right, let's try one more.
I have a question for it, if it will indulge me. It chose to side with Caradon and destroy the Anvil of the Void. I agree with its decision, and yet the Paragon Branca was the reason it ventured into the deep roads. Why did it choose to defy her? It could not have known for certain that Caradon would be able to assist it with the dwarves.
Well, I mean, the rules changed once I found out about Caradon. I was willing to risk it. It was the right thing to do. Branca was insane. I wasn't siding with her. You believed in Caradon. I wasn't going to let you down. That's also true. I don't know, really. I went with my gut. I'm going to say you believed in Caradon. I wasn't going to let you down.
I am pleased, then. I had no idea that was why it did that. At any rate, I wanted to thank it. It gave Caradon the end he wanted, and I'm pleased to have been a part of it. I will have to think on Caradon's words to me. It was a great deal to absorb, but for now, let us go on.
It's also a fact of I didn't want to have to fight Caradon.
It speaks.
Okay. You're still with me? I would have expected golems to be different. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
No, I don't. Are those crystals in your skin? That's a dumb question, and he doesn't have skin. I'm told you killed your former master. How did Wilhelm come to acquire you? You watched that village day and night for years, so you're female. I had no idea.
I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it?
Okay, you got me there. I am male.
Good for it. I am sure that to other creatures as soft and weak as itself, that would be perfectly obvious. The truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue.
No, not at all. You're just cuter. See, here's the problem. I love this line. You're just cuter than before. Weird. Now, I think that's funny, and I think he should find that funny, but he probably wouldn't find it funny. So, oh, will I have to open doors for you now? That's even better. But I don't think he'll like the humor, so we're going to go with no, not at all.
Good. Let us leave it at that. Now, let us crush something soft and watch it fountain blood. That is a girlish thing to want to do, yes?
That's great.
It speaks.
Okay, I have some questions. Yeah, I'm going to say I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
No. See? Are they dirty limericks? See, that's what I'm talking about.
I suspect it is, as Caradin said, something my former master did changed me. The thought that I'm unique, while smugly satisfying in its way, is also a bit daunting. The golems it has encountered, they were very different.
Other than Caradin, they didn't speak. I didn't get to know any of them, maybe as they attacked me. Oh yeah, other than Caradin, they didn't speak.
And now there shall be no more. I suppose it is for the best. I don't know what kind of dwarf I was, but as a golem, I am superior in every way. So there is no loss, surely.
That's pretty cool. You have high opinion of yourself. I agree. Being a golem would be handy. It's an experience. I'll give it that.
So is being drawn and quartered. Maybe I'm not the only one with a smart mouth. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
All right. Even though he wants us to shut up, we're going to go for one more.
It speaks.
Yeah, I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Nope. I really don't. All right, fine. We're going to ask this dumb question. Are those crystals in your skin?
I like to think of them as accessories.
But what do they do? Do all golems have them? They must be worth a lot. Do all golems have them?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
So their decoration... Yeah, so their decoration?
As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Oh, that's cool. Did he succeed?
Not really. Although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
Cool. Would you be willing to have more added? I don't want to take advantage, Shale. That sounds promising. Where would I find them? I doubt I'd ever need such a thing. Yeah, would you be willing to have more added? Surely that's not a thing.
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its question, I assume?
Yeah.
Unless it has more.
That's interesting. So, I don't know if that's actually like a game mechanic that I can add more than just 2 gems to him. I'm told you killed your former master. Now, we've already talked enough about that village to him, so we're going to say no more questions.
Better to save them for the next random stranger it decides to interrogate. Let us leave now.
Yeah, he's clearly done talking to me. Oh, he likes me more and he got a buff for his strength. Yeah, since everybody likes me more now, they're better. They're stronger, faster. It's awesome. So, that'll do it for today. Whee! Oh, look at the moon. I never really paid attention to the moon. That's a nice looking moon. That's a nice looking night sky. It's a little, whatchamacallit. That's not pixelated. I don't know what that term is. But anyways, it's pretty nonetheless. All right, guys, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that dialogue. And next episode, we'll get going into something I'm not quite sure yet. One of the personal stories. Probably killing Flemeth. Yeah, we'll see. Adios. Goodbye.